Greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Dual, better known to y'all as the Big D. So now I'm going to bring to y'all another review in the Star Wars series, the Skywalker Saga that is, with 1980's The Empire Strikes Back, aka Star Wars Episode 5. Yes, this was one of the many great movies that came out the year I was born, and what have you. Now, of course, we got a lot of the cast back, including Mark Hamill as Luke, Harrison Ford as Han, Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia, Anthony Daniels as C-3PO, Kenny Baker as R2-D2, and Peter Mayhew as Chewbacca. And of course, we also have the voice of James Earl Jones as Darth Vader, who is once again played by David Prowse. And we have Frank Oz, of course, providing the voice of Yoda, who we are introduced to in this movie. The film was directed by Irvin Kershner, and like the last movie, A New Hope, once again has great score performed by John Williams. Anyway, now, it was mostly received with mixed reviews at first, but however, it has grown in esteem, becoming one of the most critically acclaimed film in the franchise, and is now widely regarded as one of the greatest films of all time. Well, I can say, I can't really think of the right word. Sorry about that. But however, it was the most successful film of 1980. Well, let's begin. But first, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to stop this video if you've not seen this movie. Here we go. Okay, now you've been warned if you proceed through this review without watching it. Okay. Well, 3 years after the destruction of the Death Star, the Rebel Alliance, led by Princess Leia, has set up a new base on the ice planet of Hoth. That's where our story begins, and the Imperial fleet, led by Darth Vader, continues to hunt for the new Rebel base by dispatching probe droids across the galaxy. Now, Luke is captured by a Wampa. Yeah, that's an ice creature on that planet, while investigating one such probe, but manages to escape from the Wampa's lair by using the Force in his lightsaber. Yes. So, yeah, I will tell you that the Wampa ice creatures is one of the characters you'll expect to see on Hoth. The other one's a big shaggy beast that kind of looks large like a kangaroo called a Tauntaun. Yeah, how you think I know all this? Hey, I used to have an old Star Wars alphabet book and recording. Yeah, Star Wars ABCs. I think someone actually has that book and recording up on here. Look it up. Anyway, actually, C-3PO is part of the narration of that actual book and recording, as a matter of fact, with the actual narrator. But enough about that. Oh, which reminds me, C-3PO says one of his famous phrases to R2-D2, switch off. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, now where was I? Oh, yes. Anyway, before Luke succumbs to hypothermic sleep, the Force spirit of his deceased mentor, Obi-Wan Kenobi, instructs him to go to Dagobah to train under Jedi Master Yoda. So Han locates Luke, and the two are rescued by a search party the next morning. Meanwhile, the probe alerts the Imperial fleet to the Rebels' location. The Empire launches a large-scale attack using AT-AT, well, better known, but I prefer to call them AT-ATs. Yeah, these huge giant walkers, oh boy. Yeah, that's probably one of my few favorite types of, vehicle type things in Star Wars. well, history, aside from other things like the Millennium Falcon and the X-Wing fighters, the TIE fighters, and oh, the list goes on. Anyway, if once those AT-ATs appear to capture the base, which forces the rebels to evacuate, Han and Leia escape with 3PO and Chewie on the Millennium Falcon. But the ship's hyperdrive I got tongue tied. But the hyperdrive malfunctions, so they hide in an astrofield belt where Han and Leia grow closer amidst tension and briefly kiss. Yeah, can you believe that? Oh well, you've seen it. I'm sure tons of y'all seen it. But anyway, meanwhile, several bounty hunters try to well, who are summoned by Vader, assist in finding the Falcon. Meanwhile, Luke travels with R2 and his X-Wing fighter to the swamp planet of Dagobah, where he crash lands and meets a diminutive creature who reveals himself to be Yoda. Now, I will say he's kind of silly though once you get to see him. Well, anyway, after conferring with Obi-Wan's spirit, he reluctantly accepts Luke as his student. So he learns more about the Force from Yoda, and the Jedi Master lifts his X-Wing out of the swamp. After evading the Imperial fleet, though, Han's group travels to the Cloud City on the gas planet of Bespin, and that's run by Han's old friend Lando Calrissian, who is played by Billy D. Williams, who absolutely does a great job on that character. I'll spend more on the cast in a little bit. But unbeknownst to the group, bounty hunter Boba Fett has tracked the Falcon. Shortly after his arrival, Lando betrays the group to Darth Vader, who plans to use the group as bait to lure out Luke, intending to capture him and turn him to the dark side. And Luke experiences a premonition of Han and Leia in pain. Against the wishes of Yoda and Obi-Wan, he abandons his train to go and rescue them. But anyway, Vader selects Han to be frozen in carbonite after he intends to hold Luke in a suspended animation by imprisoning him in carbonite. So he selects Han to be frozen as a test subject. So Han survives the process and is given to Boba Fett, who plans to collect the bounty hunter on him for Jabba the Hutt. So apparently Lando had forgotten who he was, and after what this happened, he realized the error of his ways. So he frees Leia and Chewie, but they are too late to stop Boba Fett from departing with Han. So they fight their way back to the Falcon, flee the sea. Meanwhile, Luke arrives and engages Vader in a really cool lightsaber duel that leads him over the sea central air shaft. Vader cuts Luke's right hand, disarming him, and tempts him to join the dark side. But Luke accuses Vader of destroying his father. But soon he reveals that he is his father. Yes. But then, looks like, that's not true. That's impossible. Luke drops into the air shaft and is ejected beneath the flowing sea, where he hangs from an antenna, and he reaches out telepathically to Leia, who senses him and persuades Lando and Chewie to turn back. After Luke is brought aboard, they are chased by TIE fighters towards Vader on his Star Destroyer. R2 reactivates the Falcon's hyperdrive, allowing them to escape. Rejoined with the Rebel fleet, Luke's severed hand is replaced with a robotic hand. And Lando and Chewie depart in the Falcon to save Han, and that's the end of The Empire Strikes Back. Would I recommend The Empire Strikes Back? Most definitely. Like I said, I loved this movie just as much as I loved the original Star Wars, A New Hope. I mean, the cast was absolutely great. Once again, we got great performances from Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, whom the following year after this would go on to star in Lucasfilm's other successful franchise, Indiana Jones, which he'd be in Raiders of the Lost Ark the following year. And of course, Billy D. Williams as Lando Calrissian, very good performance. David Prowse once again does a great job in portraying Darth Vader, and James Earl Jones does the voice acting, which is definitely good as well. And of course, everyone else was absolutely amazing. So, and of course, we get the spirit of Obi-Wan once again played by Alec Guinness. So, but anyway, the rest of the cast was absolutely great. The story was absolutely great. The battle between Luke and Vader was absolutely great in the Cloud City. And again, I liked the first appearance of Lando Calrissian. Everything was great. Yoda was absolutely great. He was kind of funny though, but I still liked Yoda. So anyway, I'm gonna say Empire Strikes Back gets a big 2 thumbs up from yours truly, because this is a true classic. Next year is going to be the film's 40th anniversary, and I'm just going to say this is one of my main favorites from my childhood. Well, from when I came into the world, that is. Yeah, but I grew up watching this when it came on TV. But anyway, that's going to do it. Tell me what you thought about The Empire Strikes Back in the comment section. Like and subscribe to my channel and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me again tonight when I review The Return of the Jedi. Well, I threw the D in there. I apologize. Return of the Jedi. Oh boy. I gotta carry away. I hate it when that happens. Woohoo! But anyway, if you haven't seen my other Star Wars reviews, I would appreciate you checking them out. You can find them in my Star Wars on my page, on my YouTube channel page, which is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Go to the playlist, click on Star Wars, and you can see all my reviews. I've reviewed the prequel trilogy and the 2 anthology movies. So I've still got 3 more movies to go: Return of the Jedi, and then I've got The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, and that's it for now because there's only 2 more weeks to go before The Rise of Skywalker comes out. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. So again, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for my Return of the Jedi review to come up tonight. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya, and may the Force be with you.